Hello world, Stephen Michael Zach here, and today we are finally looking at the Amaran 60X. This is the new bicolor light. Now, full disclosure, I bought this with my own money, so these are going to be my own brutal and honest opinions as always. Now, the light will cost you $200, so let's take a look at what comes inside the cooler. So here we are with the Amaran, and yes, it is very cooler, like something you would put your drinks in with a couple of bags of ice. Now, first off, it is fairly well made. Now, as you can see, I've opened this, and it is not. This is very hard to close, but we'll get there. We'll talk about that. You do get a very robust candle, and you get these lovely snaps here. And when you open this thing up, as you can see, it is all injection molded. So the only problem here is you do have to make sure that everything is rolled up perfectly, which is going to be a problem. And we'll talk a little bit more about the case later. But inside you get your instructions. You get the light itself with a protective cup here. You get your dish here. And you do get a little diffuser. Again, we'll talk about the diffuser. You get a Sony NPF battery that does have a V-mount lock. You get your power cord here, and it does twist lock, which is very, very cool. Then you get your cable, and again, the cable is very, very, very long. And then you get your little mount here, which, there you go, it's this little photo mount type thingy. Now let's talk build quality. Now first off, this thing is made of some solid plastic. You do have a V-mount here to lock on your V-mount plate. This is not a receiver. You cannot power it this way, but it is for locking that on like so. And you do have a nice release back here. Now the Bowen's mount release is very, very nice. I really love this design. I like the outer design. The LED does have plastic over it. And you got like a giant heat sink here. So very, very cool. I kind of like I said, I like this open face design. The screen here is okay. If I squeeze it, it'll squeak. You do get 1/4 for mounting on the bottom, nothing on the top. And you get this honking fan right here. And you get a hard on-off switch. Here is your DC 12 to 19 volt, and you do get one clicky turny knob back here. You do get a dish, which is fairly well made. Now keep in mind, this dish is only for this light because of the long design. And of course you get the Sony NPF with some releases here. And you get like a twist lock, which I really like. That's a really nice addition. And of course you get your little spigot here and your photo thing here. You get a cord here. Now, the only thing missing from this cord, which surprised me, is it doesn't have the safety lock that other Amaran products have. I really miss the safety lock, but there is none here. And again, you get your power thing, your power box here, and again, you got a twisty thing. So that's it. And then you get your diffusion here. Okay, so let's talk assembly. Now, I'm going to put the more curved end on the stand here. And again, right here, as you can see, you do get an umbrella holder and a little knob to tighten it, which is very cool. But you have to keep the more square end up this way. We'll put take the little pin here and screw it into the 1/4 on the bottom, like you do. Now, one thing I did notice is that when if this gets too tight, you will need pliers to remove this. Even though there is a piece of rubber, it gets stuck pretty hard. So we'll go ahead and pop this in. And we'll tighten that up like so. And then we snap the dish on. And then if you want to use diffusion, you can. We'll talk a little bit about this diffusion, but it's there. It's like a shower cap. Then all you have to do is screw this into the back like so. Make sure that's nice and tight. Plug it into a wall, and you are good to go. Okay, so let's talk some of the cons here. Now, I am really missing that safety lock here. While it's not necessary, I really wish they had included a safety lock on the cable. Moving to the power box, again, there's no place to mount this power box, so it is hanging, dangling. I really wish they would have given us some kind of V-mount, either something to slide this into or something built into the molding here. I really wish I was able to just take this and click my power box in, very much like on the LS60. Unfortunately, you cannot do that, so you will have to purchase some kind of strap separately, come up with some kind of locking mechanism. That is another downside. Again, you get these Sony NPF things. This tends to work a little better on this light than it does on other lights, than it does on the LS60. The shower cap. The shower cap is ridiculous. It feels cheap. It feels the rubber band, that's the rubber line, the stretchy lining here feels like it's not gonna hold after a whole bunch of uses. I mean, it's fine. It does the job, but it's just kind of weird. And I really wish that this were actually passive. You could actually just click a V-mount battery to here and it would work. You didn't have to run an extra cable into here. Now, hopefully they will make a D-tap cable that can go from your V-mount battery into here. That would have been great as well. The button here is okay, it's fine. And some of the other negatives is the bottom here this pin does tend to get stuck in the quarter 20, so sometimes you will need a wrench to pull it out. And finally, the fan on these things are so loud. I really wish that you had some kind of fan control. Unfortunately, you do not. The one up here I can constantly hear, and if I hang this over there, I'm going to hear them both, which is going to be something I'm going to have to deal with in the studio. So again, I really wish that you had some fan control. Now let's talk about some of the pros here. This weighs about the same, maybe it's a little bit heavier than the Godox ML60. You do get the quick press buttons from that goes up into by 20% here. You get basically goes from 20 to 40 to 60 to 80 to 100. And then if you hold the button in, you go from 2700 Kelvin to 32 to 34 to 43 to 56 to 65 and back. So you do get some nice quick options. I'm not a huge fan of holding a button down and waiting for the menu to change, but there you have it. There you go. You get a very nice, and let's go down to 1% so I don't blind myself here. And you do get a very nice screen. You get a nice big Bluetooth button here to reset the Bluetooth. You do get the V-mount battery to click in things. Unfortunately, it's just a mount. It is not actually functional. And you do get a Bowens mount on this light, which is very different from other things. So all in all, this is a pretty good light. There really are no bells and whistles when you buy this thing. There's no built-in special effects. There's no extra menu button. Really, your only controls are this dial. So it is very, very simple. And again, the fan is super loud. But all in all, this is not bad. They're a little bit heavier. I believe they're a little bit heavier than the ML60s. But if you need something, if you need to travel with something, you need something lightweight, you need something for the studio, and you can get your microphone far enough away, these are not bad. It's amazing how small the technology is getting. But I really do love this. I am going to hang these in my studio and see how they go. But that's it. Those are my thoughts, but I want to know yours. So leave your questions and comments in the notes below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to mash that bell button to be notified when we drop a brand new video. And feel free to use the links below as it helps out the channel. I'm Stephen Michael Zach, and this is new to me.